Looks like there's lots to do here. We'll meet you at the top.
Hi, I'm Justine.
And I'm Daryl.
And we're the Breakaway Bravehearts. So we've just arrived in Toledo, I'm not 100% sure how to say it. I was last here 17 years ago and I'm really looking forward to going back and seeing what it's like today.
You know, it's interesting, sometimes you stumble across something or you just don't know of something. So what I find fascinating right at this moment is that I am standing in what was somewhere where chariots were entertaining crowds on the doorstep of Toledo. So we're going up to 10th century, 12th century, 14th century later. But here we are, Roman time entertainment arena. What's great about this, in my opinion, is that it is as it is. It's not been restored.
Toledo is an old walled city and it's beautifully preserved. So you can walk in the original old wall and gate, which is directly across from the info centre.
So we've been given a map, spoke English to us as well, which was fantastic. Look at this. Wonder how old that is. It's even like the old. Gosh. Oh wow, gosh. So it's a fully functional centre. It obviously looks like they've got some modernising going on here, but as soon as you enter here, you've got this fabulous building just here. So I have a feeling this is just the start of things to come. Well, this is what you're going to get when you're off season. Although you see it in the raw, but there are always, you know, areas that are being restored and they use these times to do it. Puerto de Sol Gate, built mainly in the 14th century. I like the way it says mainly 14th century. Beautiful example of Toledo's Mudéjar architecture.
Yeah, I think it's all been modernised since I was here, obviously. They've turned to tourism and so they spent some money on it. But when I was here originally, I feel like this gate was a lot rougher, a lot rawer. In my memory, it wasn't as pretty as this. It was rustic, authentic, but it's still very cool. When you look up, you can see all the different eras and the different types of stonework.
Oh, here's the Cristo de Lourdes. That's the mosque. Yes, this is the 10th century building that was preserved from times before the Christian reconquest. I guess everywhere's being restored, yeah? I'm all for restoration because something like that can look really, really nice. But I think you've got to kind of leave some of the old in there just to remind ourselves of where it was before.
Your typical souvenirs, pretty much the same in every shop, and we're looking at knights in armour. Different periods, different time periods, different types of armour. Well, it feels actually really still quite busy, right? Like not Florence busy, but you can imagine in the peak season it would be Florence busy. It would be packed, this area. And this is definitely the shopping area. So the info centre is going to send you down the commercial shopping route, which I guess, I mean, they need their money, right?
It's a typical dessert from this area, but I have to tell you, very, very sweet. Okay. That's the cathedral, I'm guessing, is it? Kind of reminds me like Budva. So much commercial in your face and you're missing everything that's above it. So basically then down here should be number 18. It's a restaurant.
I have no idea where is it because everybody asks and really no idea, and I live here.
Look guys, if you ever want to just, just add a bit of fun to your day, just use a normal map instead of Google. It really does add to the experience. Oh, this is the Secretos de Toledo.
So it's been estimated that around 50,000 women were killed during the witch trials. That's globally. In Spain, the number is smaller, 700, but they are recognised and it is something that's remembered here. If you're into dark history, then this could be a place for you.
Holy moly.
No, it's Holy Jesus, not Holy Moly.
I used to have a friend called Moly.
So I think one of the points of making buildings such as this was to demonstrate power and wealth, and they pretty much succeeded in doing that. I love all these old walls. Just imagining all the different people that might have touched these walls over the centuries.
Wow, what's this then? Where are we now? Church of the Jesuits.
Wait, that also says Plaza de Padre Juan de Mariana. You can't just keep calling two streets the same thing. That's not on. Here we go, we found it. So Visigoth period is one period we haven't yet seen in Spain's history. So we're going to go and check out this museum of the Visigoths.
There's no translation, so I need to try and work out what that says. On to translate?
Yeah.
Okay, the city was favoured by the presence of the Visigoth court from the second half of the 6th century until the middle of the 7th century. A new urban development took place in the lower plain of Toledo.
So this was one of the first churches in Toledo, built in the 12th century in a Moorish style. And you can definitely see that in the architecture, the mix of culture and religion. And there's a mix here of original artifacts and reproductions. One of the things that has fascinated us about Spain is all the different eras that it's lived through, with all the different types of cultures and religions that have influenced today's Spain. So on our trip to Lorca Castle, we did a bit of a breakdown on the history of Spain and all those different periods, and if you're interested in that, check out the video above. And because Toledo has a history of all these different cultures and all these different religions, you're going to get variety. There's lots of different restaurants, halal, kosher, vegan, vegetarian, alongside your very traditional Spanish and very obviously not vegan. But you name it, it's there.
Still wondering what I ate that last time.
Although I've seen lots of Roman ruins, I've never seen actual Roman baths, so I'm going in to see what we can see here. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. Are we allowed to record on video? No video?
You can take pictures, but you can't record.
So I enjoyed that. It was interesting for me. They were built in the 1st and 2nd century. It wasn't extensive, but I really got a feel for how it might have worked. They had information there for us in English and free entry. So this is the convent, and now it's a sweet shop.
I don't know what I just witnessed there. This is a Dulces Artisanos Convento de Sant'Antonio.
It's a convent for sweet makers.
No, I think we've generally got to find a convent as well. That would make more sense. Santa Maria La Blanca. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not in your face. It's a lot more sedate. Oh, we're gonna have to find out what that means.
So we're not 100% sure what these are. They seem to be evenly spaced out along the road, so they're not like Stoppel Steiners in Germany. Each one seems to be the same. If anyone knows what they are, please leave us a comment.
We're at the Monastery of San Juan de los Reyes. It was founded by the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella. It said something about having chains on the outside as a reminder to the Christians. There they are. For the Christian captives taken by the last Muslim king of Granada around 1492. Okay, so we've noticed that it's got braille, which is fabulous. And as you can see, it's gone through quite a few phases.
But you can definitely see the build-up of the 11th century, 12th century, and then the towers at the top in the 16th and 17th centuries.
I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Say, right?
that's amazing. An open-air escalator with the view of the city as you head on down. I've really enjoyed my day. It's a busy, bustling place, which is the kind of vibe that I really enjoy.
Kind of reminds us a bit like the Florence draw card, right?
And even Venice, I had that feel about it.
Right.
With the history and the little narrow streets and the atmosphere, but also the intensity of tourism. We're off to Vietnam soon, and that has a whole nother history for us to explore and a different culture for us to experience. We hope you'll join us there. Until then,
happy travels, everyone!